it's good to be able to share another assembly with you. This is a bit of a strange time for me. In the middle of next month, I will be retiring from my role as minister of Steyning Methodist Church. I'll be moving to a new home in the Midlands. I've been minister in Steyning for the best part of 10 years and a Methodist minister for 41 years, so it's going to be a really big change. Curiously, in the Methodist Church, we don't talk about ministers retiring. We say that they are sitting down. I'm not sure how this strange little phrase came into being, but after 41 years of being on my feet, as it were, I'm looking forward to finding a comfy chair to collapse into. Certainly one a bit more comfy than this chair that my wife and her sister found when we were out and about recently. Those of you who have moved house will know what a big upheaval this can be. The removal firm has already delivered lots of cardboard boxes for us to start packing up all our things. And it's a daunting prospect. We've got to decide what to take with us and what we're going to have to dispose of. All the pots and pans and books and ornaments that we're keeping have got to be put into the boxes before the removal van arrives to take them and all the furniture off to our new home. We're wondering how we're ever going to get it all done in time. Of course, it's not just retiring ministers who move into new surroundings in mid-July. There'll be a lot of movement for all of you as well. I'm sure those of you who are in year 6 will already be thinking about moving on to new schools in September. And those of you in other parts of the school will be thinking about the new classes that you'll be moving up to as well. Some of us enjoy changes and new challenges. Others of us get a little bit worried by them. But I'm sure you'll be wonderfully supported by the school as you prepare for all that lies ahead of you. I don't think Jesus told any stories about someone moving house or changing schools. He did tell a story about 2 people who set about building new houses. One person set to and built his house upon a rock. A terrific storm came. The rains came down, the floods came up, the winds blew and beat on the house. But because it was built on a rock, its foundations stayed firm and the house stayed upright. Another person built their house upon sand. Again, a terrific storm blew up. The winds blew, the rains came down, the floods came up. And because the house was built on sand, the foundations didn't stay firm. And the house fell down. With a great crash, Jesus said. I think that what Jesus was saying to the people listening to him was that just as it's important for a house to have firm foundations, if it's going to stand up to all the challenges that the weather throws at it, so too it's important for us to have firm foundations for our lives as well. The story of the 2 house builders in the New Testament comes after some of Jesus's teaching. Amongst other things, he had said to his hearers that they needed to be the salt of the earth and light for the world. We become the salt of the earth or light for the world when we try to show love, kindness, and support to all those around us, to our friends at school, to our families, to all those people who care for us and look after us. We all know how much we need that kind of love, support and kindness. And if we need it, we can be sure that others need it as well. And when we put these great things into practice, we're trying to be, as Jesus said, the salt of the earth or light for the world. And at the same time, we're building solid foundations for our own lives. If we get into the habit, the good habit, of supporting and encouraging our friends, of showing kindness to one another, instead of getting cross or irritable with one another, those habits will stick with us and our foundations will remain firm. When I was getting a bit anxious about moving to a new house in a new place where my wife and I won't know anyone, our friends here said to us, "Don't worry too much. We'll stay in touch with you and you'll soon make new friends." We all need friends like that. Friends we can rely on and friends who can rely on us. I'm really sorry that I can't physically come to school to say goodbye to you all in person, but I am glad that I can share this last assembly with you all. Thank you for listening to this and the earlier assemblies. I hope that you enjoy your last few weeks in your present class and school, and I'm sure that the firm foundations you've laid with your friends will really help you as you look to the future. Every blessing and goodbye.
This hymn is called Holy, 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 and we sing it on Trinity Sunday or other times when we remember the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.